Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. This is a reading for Aquarius. Aquarius. Biggie Smalls, anybody? I don't know if I'll ever be able to do a general Aquarius reading without doing that Biggie Smalls line that I just did. But anyway, I understand that can get aggravating. There are different things that different tarot readers do, really talented tarot readers, that aggravate me, and it just... Does something ever just bother you to the point of you got to turn the video off? Like, there are some really talented tarot readers, and I either have to turn the video off or like skip ahead because, man, it pop, 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 but they are shuffling the holy crap out of those cards. And I swear some of them are made of concrete or something because it is so loud and it just bothers me. It's like, you don't have to be so rough with your cards. Listen to me. I'm a toddler with this. I'm 6 weeks in and I'm criticizing the people. They do a fine job. They really do. There's lots of them, and they're all really gifted. Well, not all of them. Some of them are total frauds, but use your ability to discern to figure out which ones and which ones are not. Which ones are and which ones are not. Anyway, I'm dedicating this reading to my father, gone from this 3D world, but he's still here with me all the time. I love him very much, and he is a constant source of strength for me. He's always whispering in my ear. He's always... what he does, and this is really funny actually, if I have a question, I ask, just as if, Orthodox religious people would pray to God. I'll talk to the archangels, I'll talk to God, I'll talk to the universe, I'll talk to my dad, my grandma, and he responds with an answer by getting a song caught in a constant loop in my head. I was having dinner with my mom last night, and I was just kind of telling her a little bit about spirituality and what I'm doing with the channel here, and his way of sending her a message was to make me get Rick-rolled. So in my head constantly, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. That was his way of telling me to tell her he's with us, don't worry, and everything's gonna be fine. And it is. Your thoughts create your reality. I'm sure I'm not the first person that you've heard say that if you're tuning in to watch a tarot video, but it's absolutely true. I just wanted to give a special shout out real quick to some... Oh, I almost forgot. And I don't know about you all, but I love Aquarians. Fine people. Salt of the earth. Special shout out to my dad, first and foremost. My nephew, Jackson, just the sweetest young man. He is incredibly intelligent, and his heart is just... He's a special little guy. And my buddy Nick's down in Florida. Just wanted to tell hello to them, and we'll keep on going. If you haven't tuned into my more recent videos, I was looking for something that nobody else had been doing, because I don't like to copy other people's stuff. I looked into the Celtic cross, and there's nothing wrong with tradition, but I like everything from me to be original. I don't like to copy anybody. I like to do my own thing. And I came up with the pyramid layout that I'm going to do. And the only ones I could find online were inverted pyramid. They were all pointing towards the person. And I didn't like that. I want my pyramids to grow up and out. And so that's the way that I do it. The first 4 cards, your foundation, is your inner foundation stones, your exterior foundation stones. Your heart stone will be in the middle. With the Witch's Tarot will be 3 cards, heart stones in the middle. There are 4 cards that I haven't named yet, but then your capstone is and will always be a uplifting message from the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle deck. So here we go, Aquarius. We're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. This is a general reading for Aquarius. I don't want to get, like I said, I don't like copying, but this is what I feel. A lot of readers will say your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, and sure, that's fine. But what I want to say is anybody that has Aquarius strong in their chart. So let's say you have like 1 and it's not your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Excuse me. let's say that you have one Aquarius in your chart, but it's not, or multiple Aquarii in your chart, but it's not in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. It could be in your Jupiter, Saturn. Let's say you have 2 in your Jupiter and Saturn, and then 2, 3 more in your ruling houses, second, third, and fourth, whatever that might be. I think this is for you too, and I really think if you have this sign heavy in your chart, then this could be for you, but it's not going to be for everybody either. There are so many fine people out there looking for guidance. If I don't say anything that makes you smile, I'm sorry, because that's my number one goal, is to entertain and make you laugh and smile and feel good about yourselves and everything else. But I would recommend a whole list of other readers: Chandler the Light, Ali's Tarot, Angelic Ascensions, Halo Moon. There's a number of, what's one? Jennifer with Soul Source Tarot. That lady is good, really good. But there's, like I said, there's thousands of readers out there, more polished than I am. To this point, I'm going to be the best ever. Don't forget it. That's my Leo side, in case you haven't seen my other videos. Returning subscribers, I really appreciate you coming back to pay me attention. New guys and gals, I really appreciate you checking in to tuning in to check me out and see what I'm about. And I hope at some point, if the only thing I do is make one person smile, that makes it all worth it for me. I love this so much. That didn't feel good. I'm going to do one more shuffle. Got Rick rolled by my dad last night. He's so funny. All right, y'all. There's your foundation. And generally, since I haven't memorized all 78 definitions, or 79 in my case, I made my very own major arcana number 22, the Strong Hermit. In reverse is Hermit Strength. But what I do generally is I lay out the cards, and then I try to get a feel for what's going on, and then if anything confuses me or I'm having a hard time connecting things, I'll go to the book, and then we'll finish off with your Archangel Healing card. If any of you are old enough to have seen the Goonies, I don't know why that just popped into my head. Yeah, I really don't know. It's a classic movie, and it's actually hard to believe at this point. I just went back and watched it the other day, and Josh Brolin, who was Thanos in Avengers and No Country for Old Men, he was in that one too, was actually in the Goonies, and I could not believe, looking back, the difference. Is like, oh my God, I didn't even know that was him. At the time, I didn't know who it was. It was just the lead character's older brother was all I knew of him at the time. But yeah, there's a lot of really good actors in that movie, and it really takes me back to my childhood. Actually, the Goonies reminds me of going back to Louisville when I was a kid and being with my family. That was one of those, the Goonies and The Last Dragon and all those terrible 80s movies, you know. And I'm showing my age to some of you kids out there, but that's all right. That's all right. I still feel in some ways more or less like I'm 17. So, oh, that shuffle's so nice. If you're looking for a really nice feel of a shuffle, the Cosmic Tarot deck is really good for that. So here we go, Aquarius. And we're going to finish off with your capstone here. Now, I do these the best I can with integrity. I don't sugarcoat anything for anybody. I give you the messages that I'm getting. I always hope that it's a good message because I like people to be happy. But my design, in a stroke of genius, decided I could come up with a way to end every message, no matter how crappy the rest of the reading might be, may or may not be. We always end with a message from the Archangel Raphael and his Healing Oracle deck. So even if you get something you don't want to hear, don't lose the faith, because Raphael has your back, Michael's got your back, all the archangels. It's interesting, you know, even if you don't believe in what we believe in as readers and metaphysicists and esoteric scholars and so on and so forth, even if you don't believe in what we believe in, before I believed in it and knew what was going on, doing the research, I always found it fascinating. And just for something fun to look up, go and check out on Google what the archangel for your zodiac sign is, and that's always interesting to me to find out. Now, being a Leo Virgo cusp, I get both Michael and Raphael, and they obviously like me much better than they like anybody else. I'm kidding, I'm sorry. Definitely my Leo side. My Virgo side actually gets embarrassed sometimes, if you can believe that. Anyway, Aquarius, let's see what we got for you. The foundation, I typically feel like, is where you are or where you have been recently, or it's basically like from the present backwards. This is what I call your heartstone, which in your case is the Ace of Wands. Fantastic card. Like I said, I don't know what to call these cards just yet. I haven't thought of it, but we'll see how it goes. And I always save Raphael for the last. Aquarians, some of you are looking like you're in really great shape. You've got the Death card, which is good because life is full of changes. We're constantly changing, shedding old situations, growing into new ones, shedding who we used to be, growing into who we are. I get the feeling some of you Aquarians out there are dealing, every time I see the Queen of Swords in reverse, it makes me think of gossip. And I don't know exactly why, but it's a woman that's dressed for battle. She's holding a sharp sword. Swords are air energy, but they typically can be talking about intellect or things having to do with the mind in general. And that is what I'm getting. There's somebody in your life that's gossiping about you, or they're gossiping about somebody that you care about, but have no fear because the Temperance angel is near. Temperance typically is not one of my favoriteest cards because it means a lot of the times when I've seen it, especially in readings for me, it's meant that patience is needed. And if you know anything about Leos, that's not our forte. At least if we haven't mastered ourselves yet, and know thyself is so very important. But if we haven't mastered ourselves yet, patience is not a strong suit for us. But Aquarians are different. In my experience, Aquarians, my father especially, speaking from experiences, was a very patient man. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles and the Star card in reverse. Now, you've also got the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Wands is your Heartstone energy. Fire energy, but also talks about creativity. If some of you guys out there are authors, painters, artists of any kind, you could be in music and you write songs or compose the music for songs. I'm a little bit thrown off for the moment by the Ace of Cups and the Princess of Wands in reverse. And you know, now that I'm looking at it, besides the major arcana and this, air is like fuel for fire. Aquarians, some of you out there are dealing with a fire sign is what I'm feeling. He or she is not very nice to you and has either stolen something or someone from you. For some of y'all that could be true. For others of you, I feel like the Ace of Cups in reverse is talking about they've stolen your ability to feel like you are who you are. And don't ever let anybody take that away from you. We are all unique. We all have our own gifts and abilities. And each one of us is special in our own way. Some people are smarter than others. Some people are stronger than others. Some people are more patient than others. If you are a typical Aquarian, you're patient and you're not worried very much about whatever happened up here. Could be relationship trouble. Could be your boss, maybe somebody that you work for is not very nice and they make you feel like this big. And it reminds me, I did a personal reading earlier for a good friend of mine, and I was saying, you know, my father was the only person in the world that could take somebody with an ego my size and make me feel like I was just a figurine on somebody's mantle. But if that's what's going on, don't sweat it. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here, you've got the Angel here with Temperance, and you got the Ace of Wands in your heart. So I feel like you are a fiery individual as well. And there's a lot of magic at your disposal. And ultimately, I think when we flip over Raphael's card here, that's going to really clear things up. But maybe some of you lost a job because of this person. That's why you're feeling down. And this Queen of Swords in reverse and Princess of Wands in reverse, it could have been a couple of people that were conspiring against you. Don't you worry if that's you. Those people are always going to get theirs in the end. They have their own karmic debts that they're actually going deeper in the hole with everything they do wrong to you or to anybody else. Anytime you do something with a specific intent to hurt somebody, you will get yours. Rest assured. Sooner or later, you will get yours. Just as sure as the day is long. I'm even hearing just as sure as an Alaskan day is long, and I think they have like 6 months. I don't know this for sure, but I think they have incredibly long periods of light and incredibly long periods of darkness. And that could be what you're going through as well. Maybe that's why I thought of that. So that's what I'm feeling overall. It's the end of a situation, probably because of some people that were up to no good in your life, and they made you feel less than adequate or less than worthy. But you are. Forget about them. You are worthy, and don't ever let anybody tell you that you're not. I've got your back if nothing else. I will send Raphael and Michael right over there, and they will handle some business. Believe that. By the way, if you haven't heard me say this before and you don't know about this kind of stuff, although Michael and Raphael love me the best, they're not, like, I don't own those archangels. They're available for anybody. And now I need to go look up who Aquarius's archangel is because I'm curious. And I say that literally for every reading, but I still haven't gotten to it yet. But look up the archangels, what they're for. If you're worried about your animal, the archangel Ariel, I believe, is correct. And you can call on any of them from any time. But here's the thing about them. They love to help you. They're always willing to help you, but you have to ask them because they either can't or they won't. I think it's probably just that they won't. They will not affect your free will. God gave you free will, and the archangels will not interfere with it. You have to ask for their help and be confident. And my advice to you would be to pray like this. Don't say, "Can I please have this?" Say, "Thank you for taking care of my needs in this area." Gratitude is the second most powerful force in the universe, right behind love. And use them often, and put all the lower chakra magic away, unless you're using it at a balanced force. You know, if your heart is connecting everything and all 7 of your chakras are lined up and spinning, good for you. I'm going to be there sooner or later, and I envy you because I'm a little bit behind the game there. But that's what I got for you intuitively. And you know what? I'm actually not going to go to the book. I feel like that's the message that's coming through. I feel like you have nothing to worry about. I feel like things are turning in your favor, despite these butt heads that might be in your life. And I'm toning down the language because my nephew is an Aquarius, and I want him to watch this. So I don't want him to hear his uncle, cussing up a storm. Although I usually don't get too out of the way. I do drop a bomb here and there. Drop bombs on them. Anyway, we'll go to the Archangel Raphael. Increased energy. Great card. What a beautiful. These oracle cards are just beautiful cards, and they have prayers on them. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for filling me with the unlimited energy of divine love and light. And if that's what you focus on, the rest of these jokers, you won't have to worry about them. Not one bit. Let me just go. The oracle cards are great, and they have the prayer on them, but the book has a little bit more in depth. So I'm going to look up the definitions real quick here. This card indicates that your energy or the energy of the individual you're inquiring about is increasing as a result of recent positive changes. This is your validation to continue upon your present path. Energy levels are vital to health and healing. The Archangel Raphael can help you increase vitality, strength, and motivation. All you need to do is ask him. Possible specific meanings. Energy healing work can be helpful for this situation. Investigate whether too many electromagnetic frequencies are bombarding your home or office, adversely affecting adversely affecting. I'm so done with this Mercury retrograde. I am a master communicator, and since this whole thing started, I've been stumbling and bumbling like I've never done before. Investigate whether too many electromagnetic frequencies are bombarding your home or office, adversely affecting your or other people's health. Call upon Archangel Michael to cut any etheric cords that could be draining your energy or vitality, and he will do so. Eat a high energy diet and avoid energy draining foods or beverages. Mountain Dew used to be one of my most favorite drinks in the world. I can't tell you how many 20-ounce Mountain Dews I drank in high school and growing up. But basically, it's liquid candy. You know, it's not hydrating, it's actually dehydrating. If you can cut yourself down and have a few a week, or maybe just have one a day with dinner or a meal or something like that. Otherwise, fruit juice is delicious and good for you. Water, you know, we're made up of almost 80% water. Water is always good for you, but be careful about which brands of water you get. Around this area, at least, Publix purified water has the lowest fluoride content. Before people start laughing, fluoride is a neurotoxin. Hitler put it in the water supply to make his people more compliant and less, more or less turn their fire down. Fluoride is a serious business kind of thing and should be out of your regimen completely. Look for fluoride-free toothpaste, or you can make your own, I believe, with coconut oil, peppermint oil, and there's a whole bunch of different ways. Please do your own research. I always encourage everybody to do their own research. Don't listen to anything I have to say and accept it as fact just because I said it. Go and check it out for yourself. And that's what I got for you, Aquarius. I hope this helped somebody. I hope somebody out there was at the very least entertained or amused. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. If you haven't already, please give me a like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And I do give out free personal readings if anybody's interested. You can hit me up on Facebook, Brian Shanks, or you can email me at, you know what, I don't check my email enough. Leave a comment in the comment section and we'll find a way to get in touch personally if you'd like a free reading. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.